I damn sure know who Chris S is now. Hey guys, I know I'm behind, but we gonna keep on chugging. Episode 4 of Michelle's season of The Bachelorette. Nobody asked for my opinion, but I'm gonna give it to y'all anyway. So, we're gonna try to keep this quick and to the point. So, this date, or this episode, episode 4, we get 2 one-on-ones and 1 group date. Before we were doing 2 group dates, 1 one-on-one. Now we switched it up. So to my surprise, Martin gets a one-on-one. Now I'm confused. I think production does get to pick some one-on-ones because I think they picked this one. Because I didn't really see any chemistry with Michelle and Martin. Except for maybe that quick moment he pulled her aside to check on her. But I'm not a fan. So I was very caught off guard. I wasn't a fan of the date. Like the racing thing. I just feel like they were separated most of the time. Like, how did they get to really talk and interact except for that little bit of time they were in the car? I don't know if it was editing. There was they were in the car together for maybe 10 minutes. Every other time they were kind of separate. I wasn't a fan. And then it was hella awkward. They pulled out a hot tub. They had some type of metal hot tub in the middle of a parking lot, and then they just got in, and it was the middle of the day. That was hella awkward to me. And then the conversation. My thing is, Martin. Okay, Jamie or homie, red flag. But your time is limited with Michelle, so why would you spend your time even bringing up another dude? You got 10 weeks to get to know this girl. Well, not even 10 weeks. You have limited time to get to know this girl to maybe get a chance to spend forever with her. And you talking about another man? Highly confusing. And then talk about, he's still a really good guy. Red flag. Yeah, I knew I had bad vibes from Martin from the beginning. He, like I said, he was the first one to bring up, does Joe and Michelle know each other? He's that whole thing snowballed from him bringing that up to Jamie. So yeah, I was the date was mad awkward, and just Michelle was like, oh, are you questioning my judgment? And he was like, no, which sometimes you do want people who trust your judgment, but sometimes you gotta have people who may be like, are you sure about that? But this wasn't one of the things that you needed to question someone and be like, are you sure about that? That man clearly was lying and gaslighting and causing trouble. He needed to be walked out, and you should have been walked out right behind him too. But anyway, so then in the night portion, it just got more awkward. He was just kind of oh, I don't mean to be condescending. I don't mean to be blunt. I'm just blunt. I don't really know how to show emotion. I was like, this is not a good date. This is not an enjoyable date. Even Jamie had a better date than this, and we don't like Jamie here. But I'm just and I was like, don't give him the rose. Don't give him the rose. He gets the date rose. Like I said, I think this is production. I don't think Michelle actually likes him. She didn't look like she was enjoying herself on that date. So then we move on to the group date. So I don't remember who was in the group date. Well, actually, that's a lie. I remember some. I don't remember everybody. I know Rick, Nate, Rodney, Leroy, Brandon, Chris S. Maybe the other Chris too. Spoken word Chris. Who else? Casey was there, aka Dax Shepard. And I don't remember who else is there. I'll put it on the screen, maybe. So basically, they're having a sleepover, like a pajama party. So They get a knock at the door. It is a bunch of different packages. It has everyone's name on it. It has the pajamas they're wearing. So obviously, Leroy had the most fire pajamas. He had like a silk set, a silk floral set. It was like midnight blue. It looked so good on him. And then I everyone was saying they played Rodney. I liked Rodney's like certified lover boy little onesie. I thought it was cute, just like Rodney. I think he's cute. Um, and then they gave Chris S the like risky business pajama set. Brandon had the Netflix and chill outfit. He had just the gray sweatpants, no shirt. Um, what did Nate have on? Whatever Nate had on, he looked good. um, but so this day, I feel for Michelle because it was a cool fun date. Like I would have loved to be on this group date. It was like a pajama party sleepover, but they had a bunch of different activities. They had like build a bear, they had a bunch of giant teddy bears, they had a popcorn machine, they had a cotton candy machine. Like it was just they had like a self-care station where they had face masks and a self-care station where they had the face mask and they had like the spa, like the foot bath. It was really cool date. But the guys were definitely broing out. And not to stick up for the guys, but I feel like they know like Michelle is a no nonsense woman. They're not about the drama. And we all know like in past seasons like if one person is talking to the lead and then someone else pulls them, that could kind of cause drama where it's like, hey, can I steal you? And then you're like, wait, I didn't finish my conversation. Like it, so I think they were all kind of like hesitant because they want to be seem laid back, they want to seem chill, go with the flow, not trying to cause any rifts, not trying to cause any drama. So they're all like hanging back, like, oh, I'll get my chance with her. And I love to see them bro out though. It was cute seeing them bro out. Because I think they're all genuinely cool except for one person. We'll get to that. So I really do think like they weren't ignoring her on purpose. But they definitely were ignoring her and kind of being too lax. Like time is short here. You kind of got to be pressed. Like I would hope that if I ever got in that situation, I would be a little pressed. Like, oh, are they free? Are they free? Are they free? And like, because someone could have really capitalized on that moment. Like I said, nobody was paying attention to her. So like someone could have gone over and ended up spending the whole day with her. And that could have just like put them ahead of everybody else, but like missed opportunity. Um, and I felt so bad because I get it. Being a black woman, you're like you're hyper invisible and hyper visible at the same time. And just like it is really like triggering. Like you come into the situation and you're like, it's all about me. Like there's no way I'm ever gonna feel ignored or feel unseen. And then you come into this and you're ignored and unseen. Like how awful must one feel? And I like that Tasha and Caitlin could immediately pick up on the vibes, like something's not right. And I got like Michelle, she was like, no, it's not the time. Like they're having a good time, don't want to ruin it. But I do like that when they got to the night portion, she did address it, right? She was just like, I just felt unseen today. Like nobody was like trying to come talk to me, which was real because she was standing alone, like by herself for a while. And then even then she was pulling people like, hey, come over here. Hey, come over here. Like if I'm the lead on The Bachelorette, I should not have to tell you to, hey, come over here and talk to me. But again, like I get it. I think this is a really good group of guys and they were not ignoring her on purpose. I genuinely think they were just trying to like avoid drama and like just be chill and laid back. So I did like that she like, she addressed it and she wasn't harsh about it when she addressed it. She was just like, I felt unseen. Like you guys aren't pressed enough for me. She didn't say that, but basically what she was saying is like, y'all aren't trying to like make moments with me. Like, are y'all trying to like be with me? So I like the way she addressed it, and I like the fact that she did address it. And she pulled Nate, and she was like, I'm really disappointed because that's one of her front runners. So she was like, I would at least think you would be trying to like talk to me all the time. And I loved like Olu wins Rose of the episode. He wins my Rose this episode. I really loved that he like really like just was super vulnerable, laid it all out there, like let Michelle know, like, as a black woman, I get it. Like, I have sisters, they always feel ignored and unseen, and I see you, and just like crying and just laying it all out there. And I love that he did that, super vulnerable. And I love that he got the date rose, because I was like, they doing my dark skinned man dirty. Like, it's not enough for them to just be there. Like, I need them to get one-on-one. I need them to get date roses. I need them to be getting made out with on national television. It's not enough for them to just be there. They need to get screen time. I want to see them ITMs. Like, so, and I feel like none of the guys took it harshly or disrespectfully either when she said what she said. They were just kind of like, all right, you know what? You're right. And then they like genuinely apologized, and they fixed it moving forward. So next we see Rick. Rick gets a one-on-one. See, I knew it. Something about Rick. I looked at that cast photo. I said he might make the top 4, which is why I chose him to be in the top 4. First of all, he had an ITM, and it looked like the production knocked on his door and said, "Hey, come here now. No need to change. No brush, nothing. Just come." He looked so tired and sleepy, but he looked so cute. I loved it. I was like, bedhead sleepy Rick is the cutest Rick. So he gets his one-on-one, and they do something super simple. They go like walking in some type of forest, but it was just really weird, the whole like wish box, because people are saying that's not a thing. People were saying that's not a thing in that area, like there's no actual wish box, so it was a producer plant. And them questions were traumatizing. They're like, hey Rick, just lay your trauma out on the table. And his story is crazy. I think he is going to forever live with the guilt of like breaking up his parents' marriage, which he shouldn't. Like, that's not his fault. Like, that's, it's on whoever was the unfaithful one in the marriage. But I get that he feels guilty, and I also get that he'll never know like if his father ever really forgave him. But yeah, also shout out to Rick for being like brave and like sharing that super vulnerable story. Like, he's really laying it all on the line because he wants Michelle. And I don't think he would have ignored Michelle if he was at the sleepover date, but that's okay. But I'm like, if you have to choose a white man to be the Bachelor, like, Rick was right there. Why did you not choose Rick? Why did you choose Clayton? I don't understand. We're 4 episodes in, still don't see. He's barely gotten screen time. I don't get it. So then they go to the night portion of the day. They're so. I really like Rick. He's like growing on me every day. They have a really good conversation at dinner. They do a little dancing. I was like, oh, Rick got some rhythm. But it was a really good, overall, it was a good episode. I did feel bad about the whole, like, her being unseen. But then, so we moved to the rose ceremony. And then something bizarre happens. So I guess they picked Chris S., who knows why they picked him, production, to give Michelle her drink when she came down. So she comes down, he hands her a drink, and she's about to talk, but then he interrupts her and does this whole super weird, like, just like, oh, she felt so unseen and blah, blah, blah. Just like, you guys, we need to step it up and you guys have to make sure you're here for the right reasons. Ugh, I'm so tired of that phrase. Anyway, it was just weird and it caught everyone off guard. Like, everyone was just kind of like, this is weird. Even Michelle was kind of just like, okay. So we move on to the rose ceremony. And, you know, like I said, like Michelle had mentioned, like, I felt unseen. So now the guys are like, they are pressed. So Brandon is like, all right, I'm pulling Michelle first for the cocktail hour. And then Chris S is like, no, I'm a stealer. I'm a taker. Sir, I didn't even know which Chris you were before this. None of us knew which Chris you were before this. So then, oh, I forgot to mention when they rewind, when they were finding out who had the one-on-ones and who got the group date, you know, they called, you know, Rick, and then, you know, Nate was just like, you know, everyone's like, oh, aren't you upset? And Nate was like, it's not a matter of if I'm getting a one-on-one, it's a matter of when. And it wasn't like, oh, like, Chris S took that as, oh, he thinks he got in the bag, he's definitely getting a one-on-one. No, Nate was just confident, like, you know, it didn't come this time, it'll come eventually. He's not saying I'm definitely getting one, but it'll come, like, hopefully. I mean, he didn't say hopefully, but it was just him, like, just not trying to get in his head, not trying to spiral out. It's coming. And I liked that confidence about Nate. It's the same thing when Martin was bringing up, do Joe and Michelle know each other? And he's like, it don't matter. I'm just focused on us. Like, that's just his personality. He has that confidence. And Chris S is just like, why is this man so confident? Sir, have you looked at Nate's face? Have you seen his height? He's 6'8". He looks like that. He's got it in the bag. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you do not look like that. And you have to actually maybe work a little harder, and that you don't have any confidence and that you're insecure. But Nate does have it in the bag, and he has confidence, and he's reassured in his connection with Michelle, unlike you, who's making this display. So anyway, Chris S grabs her, and he mentions his conversation with Nate about how Nate thinks he has it in the bag, that he's like, it's not a matter of if I get a one-on-one, it's when, blah, 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 which I get. Like, if the wrong person is, you know, telling that message, like being the in-between and telling that message, it could definitely just sound like someone's super cocky and, like, not here. I want to say not here for the right reasons. I hate that phrase. Because it could come off as super cocky and arrogant and as if you don't have to work. But that's not at all how Nate was putting it. But of course, Chris S twisted it. So then, you know, Michelle pulls Nate and is like, listen, this isn't easy. Like, you gotta work for me. And, like, this isn't about winning a competition. No, she's just giving him a whole speech. And, like, I feel like it was I get it, because she got the message from the wrong messenger. I get why she had to have that talk with him, but I did feel like it was unnecessary. But she didn't know that at the time. But yeah, so she has her talk with Nate. You know, Nate's good. He's receptive. He's not defensive. He's not mad. He's listening. And he leaves. He comes and he confronts Chris S. He's like, bro, taps him on the shoulder. Let's go talk. And then, you know, they have their conversation. They're arguing, getting loud. Chris S pulls a Ken, aka Karen, talking about, are you going to put your hands on me? Such a microaggression. Not the white man talk about, are you going to put your hands on me? Sir, bye. Goodbye. And then, like, all the men were just like, why are you being weird? And then Romeo said, the S stands for snake. Chris S stands for snake. You are correct, Romeo. And yeah, and then Chris S and Olu get into it. Olu's like, you think you're getting a rose? And Chris S, why wouldn't I be getting a rose? you started all this drama. If you didn't start all this drama, you would not be getting a rose. Okay? And if I was Michelle, I would still not giving you a rose. Like I said, I don't know if there's some type of repercussion for not doing what production wants, but I'd have been like, Chris S, go home. Romeo is staying. Yes, spoiler, Romeo goes home. So yeah, him and Olu going back and forth. I love Olu gives little jabs at Chris S as he should, because Chris S ain't it. Um, and all the men just are not here for Chris S, and neither is anybody else. Like I said, I didn't even know who Chris S was. So then rose ceremony starts, and handing out roses, and last rose pops up. She hands it to Chris S. I was like, ain't no way. I know you're lying. I know we don't have to watch Chris S for another week. I was so mad. And then sent Romeo home. Romeo! But you know, Romeo, if you're watching this, DM me. I could be Juliet. Okay. We could be, you got roots in the area I live in, so you just come on back over. But yeah, so overall it's a good episode. Weird drama at the end, but yeah, I'm just like, if Martin, I was like, Martin, I definitely thought Martin was going home, but then he got the one-on-one, and I was like, that's annoying. We also lost Will, but I was pretty sure Will was going home either this episode or episode 5. Because I didn't really see chemistry really between them. I'm trying to think about who else went home. Oh, Chris, the spoken word Chris. Oh, I was like, why couldn't we keep this Chris? Why are we keeping Chris S? He posted a fire pic on Instagram the other day. I was like, made me look at Chris again. I think he's Chris G. I was like, okay, Chris G. But yeah, so now we were down to 11 guys, and except for Martin and Chris S, it's a good group of guys, and I don't know how she's gonna pick and eliminate people. But yeah, so those are my thoughts, and I'll see y'all soon. I'm gonna try to post episode 5 like before the next episode so I can stop being behind. All right. Bye guys.